Thank you, Isha, as always, for your kindest introduction. And Shashwat, I'll begin by telling you what happened to me recently. I was stuck at a traffic signal, as most of you were today. And one of those people who came asking for money knocked at the window, and I said, as usual, my defense mechanism, if at all I meet the eye, is to say that, sorry, Didi, paise nahi hai. She just pulled out her phone, opened her QR code, and showed it to me and said, Lo, scan kar lo. We don't, in India, I don't think we really need to carry cash
Still
anymore.
India, right?
Yes, thanks to you. And BharatPe has played a big role in bringing around, I think, millions of merchants into the digital economy. And you have built it from ground up and at such a young age. So why don't you begin by telling us what was the problem that you were trying to solve initially when you started BharatPe? And how has that mission evolved over the years?
Yeah, so it was not something that was very planned. Uh, I was in my third year of college in IIT Delhi. My childhood friend, a family friend from hometown was visiting us, and we were just in general visiting markets and visiting shop by shop markets of Delhi. Uh, what we observed was that while we are all started using UPI to pay each other through, there was an app called Tez at the time and Google Pay and Phone Pay and stuff. We didn't see the interoperability in the sense that you can pay from a Google Pay to Paytm and from a Paytm to Phone Pay. We didn't see that at the merchant side. So the shopkeepers were having like multiple QR codes, and when you ask them कि अगर आपके पास ये वाला ऐप है तो इस पे करो, ये वाला ऐप है तो इस पे करो, and we were like, why has nobody come here and put one single QR code where all the app can be transacted just like we do to each other? And then we thought about it, and the real gap we saw is that there is no company which is really building for merchants. So all the companies were going after consumers. Everybody wanted the consumer to pay from their app, and that's the reason they had put the QR code. And nobody wanted to promote that, you can use a different app to pay here. And that's the idea that sort of lost our sleep, me and my co-founder, and we really started experimenting with that idea. What we had done is build this prototype of QR code with all the logos of the app and just a UPI QR code of that merchant, and we started putting it in our college campus and in and around the markets, and we used to stand there to see if people are using that QR code. And within a day, we realized this is such a huge opportunity. Nobody is looking at it. And everybody was happy using it. Merchant was having one app, right? One settlement. They don't need to have multiple settlements, multiple apps. And that's when we really started working on it. And then there was no motivation to go to lectures and to go to exams. And we just stopped going to college and started working on it. Although our first model was to make money by charging merchants 1 rupee per transaction. We thought 1 rupee, who would care, it's just within, let's say a transaction is 500 rupees, 1 rupee is the commission to process that. But what we realized is none of the merchants wanted to pay the money, right? So when it's not about 1 rupee, it's about the principle. I'm selling my goods, why should I pay a commission to you? It's my goods, it's my shop. You are just here transferring the money, why should I pay a commission to you? But we were really lucky in the sense that in all those conversations where we had put those QR codes, we realized they also face a different kind of need in their life, which is the credit. And nobody is giving them loans. They are not part of the formal economy. Banks are not, they're not eligible for NBFCs, they're not eligible for banks. No, they don't have a CIBIL score, nobody has the data. And that's when we thought if we capture this data and we sit on their cash flow, we process all these transactions, maybe there's a shot at making money through loans, and they were taking loans from the local gundas and stuff by like weekly interest rates, like they were paying 5% interest weekly and someone was paying 2% weekly, and just short-term loans, right, where they paid back. And that's when we thought this can become something, right? So not for the first year, but within couple of years, we started experimenting with the credit thing. Again, we were the first one to make this product where we were able to deduct the money from their QR code itself on a daily basis. So merchants are not like us. They are not salaried people. They don't like EMI. They are like, they want someone to get into their cash flow and bring the money out every day. And that's what we facilitated through the QR code. So that really struck well. So I would say we were lucky enough to find out what's the real need is in the market, and a combination of this digital payment takeover and the data, and then on top of that the credit is how we started monetizing this. And both of it really, like, without the payments there's no lending, and without the lending there's no monetization. So this really became this circle of virtue for us. And that has done wonders for us, actually. Yeah.
Just starting from solving a small problem to solving bigger problems for them, like just helping them in all ways you could. That's really amazing. So in all this that you were doing, your co-founder seems to have stuck by you, and for so many years, this sounds like a wonderful relationship. What is the magic behind this partnership, and what is the magic that everyone here should be looking for in co-founders?
Well, co-founder is a bit of a touchy subject for me. Yeah, there's. I'll take your recorded videos. Yeah. So I've had both kind of experiences. See, I think choosing a co-founder is a very, very big decision. It's even bigger than marriage, I would say. It's easier to get through a divorce than a co-founder parting your ways. It can, if the values are not aligned, it can turn into a big boss drama, which it has in some cases. But I'll tell you the other opposite example is Bhavik, which was the co-founder with whom I started the company. And then
that's all I wanted to know about. I didn't want to touch the touchy subject.
So that's also a touchy subject in a positive way. So we go long back. We are family friends. We both share a guide and a mentor, which is my father. We're from a small town in Gujarat called Bhavnagar. The trust that we had with each other, that no matter what, we'll back each other up, is something that still carries today. He's not with BharatPe, he's parted his ways, but still we trust each other that way. And I'll give you an example. When in initial funding rounds of the company, there was a decision that, okay, Bhavik can't be the shareholder of the company because there were certain legal issues. And he transferred all his shares back to me at ₹1 price at the time, that, I'll take it back later. And just 2 years back, and he told me that the issues are sorted out and I can be a shareholder again. I just transferred those shares back to me. And the value of those shares at the time was 600 crores. And within a day, I just transferred it back at ₹1 to him. And there was no contract. There's nothing, right? So it's completely on trust. And I think that's the level of trust that co-founders have to have. It's kind of like choosing your partner for life. Yeah.
That's amazing level of trust. And everybody here hopes to have a relationship like that with someone. And usually it's said that in 20s are for figuring out life, and in 30s you thrive. But you seem to have done all of that already. So what are your big plans for the next 10 years?
Well, I think nobody has figured out life within a lifespan. But yeah, to your question, I'm still in my 20s. I would like to be for next few years at least. I have 2 more years to be in my 20s. But there's no plans as such right now focused on BharatPe's next phase of journey. There are some plans to go public as well. It's a different phase of the company that we are going through. And also we're doing some investments on the credit on UPI side. So UPI, we've all seen how it's been, like, it's the beggars have become digital. So what we are really betting on is the UPI is mostly 99% debit transactions, and for any payment method, the natural evolution is to go into credit. So how a card started with debit card and then credit card is the larger chunk. So we have launched a credit card, we have launched a credit line product which you can link with any of your UPI apps and use it. So basically what we are envisioning is that each of the QR code of the country becomes a credit accepting instrument without physical device being there. Even consumers get access to the credit lines and credit cards so that they can make even a pani puri payment with an EMI. So
I think that's already happening, but yes, I'm really looking forward to see how they.
it will take some time because there are this whole credit cycle always takes time. There are risks of not paying back and stuff. So models will evolve. It will take some time, but that's definitely the future.
Amazing. And there's a hypothetical question for you, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll soon turn non-hypothetical. So, if you had a massive exit tomorrow and you got some truly life-changing money, what would you do next?
I spend a lot of my time watching movies and web series, a lot of content. So, a lot of experiences that I get in life which are not business is through movies and web series. Like I'm really passionate about that. So who knows? I mean, maybe I'll produce a movie or something. If I get a lot of,
Wow.
you'll definitely then invite me here, right? Yeah. Oh, that depends on who's the director who's gonna take me, man.
He's always looking for a role. That's what he's aiming at next. So let's.
Let's talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So my next question was about how do you manage stress? How do you manage your mental health? You started really early, at 19 years. I'm sure there were highs and lows. You had a very good co-founder who you were very close to, and your father to guide you. But even then, what did you do on your lowest of days and best of days? How did you celebrate?
Well, with stress comes, first of all, a lot of eating. So that's a sign that you are living a stressful life. So whenever I go overweight, then I become a bit conscious. It's very simple. I just start taking breaks once in a while. I watch again a lot of content, I think that's the time when I think sleep company guys are here. I throw myself in the recliner and I turn on my home theater and I just forget about the world, and that's my place of solitude that way. And I definitely do travel to places which has natural landscape more, and that brings a lot of peace to me. Simple things, nothing much.
Simple things. That's what keeps him happy. Thank you for sharing your journey with us, Shashwat, and we wish you all the best in the future.
Pleasure. Thank you.